Now, we've already heard the term AI mentioned a couple of times, and I'm going to take a step back here. Let's have a look at what we do when we program stuff. We basically combine data and rules that we already know to find answers to a question that we might have. Now, what do we do when we make an upgrade to AI? Of course, everything gets a bit shinier, but that's not the point. The most important point is the rules and the answers switch places, right? So we put in data and answers, and it tells us the rules. Or at least that's what we hope. Most of the times, we get a black box that doesn't tell us the rules. Now, this black box is still very useful. If we have some new data, we can find out the answers for these new data using this approach. But if you're as curious as me, and you're really interested in these rules, this doesn't help you. Now, what we have done is we have created an AI that can predict the function of a protein, like this one, based on its amino acid sequence. So if we take this protein, we give it to the neural network, it tells us this one has a ligand binding function, for example. And now to find out what is going on inside here and what we can learn from this algorithm, we started to hide parts of the protein like this, and we observe changes in the predictions of this neural network. And when we do this in a systematic way, this can really help us to bring some light into this black box. Let me show you. So we do this for all the positions in the protein, and we map this as a color onto the protein. And now here in white and in blue, you see parts of the protein where the neural network doesn't really change its predictions or even increases the prediction of this protein being ligand binding if we hide any one of these positions. But for the red parts, that's a different story. If we hide any one of these positions, the neural network decreases its predictions of this protein being ligand binding. And the best thing is that in yellow, you can see the natural ligand in its natural position in this protein. So this nicely illustrates that we can use this approach to learn about binding sites in proteins from this neural network. And you can imagine this. It works similarly for active sites in enzymes, or if we go for the blue parts instead of the red parts, for engineering hotspots in proteins where we can change these proteins. Now, this is just one example, but I believe that this idea to learn something from learning algorithm can really bring us forward. So let's break the walls of black boxes in AI and learn whatever there is to learn from the algorithms that we create. Thank you very much.